runaway train with a heavy load of my past.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Carter Hall, and I am thrilled to have Sary Ratliff, the director of nutrition at 806 Wellness and the CrossFit athlete, on today's show. She's achieved so much. I'm excited to have her and talk about her story and things of that nature. Sary, how's it going? Thank you for coming on the show, and thank you. Can't thank you enough.
Hey, I am so excited to be here. Hi, everyone. It's such an honor. Super pumped.
And I was super excited to like we were talking off air and I was like super excited to have you on. You were definitely a guest I wanted to get on the podcast. Because you, like I said, you're director of nutrition at 806 Wellness, which is an amazing facility. Like y'all do a lot of great things. Which I want to talk about, like how do you like people get like I see so much greatness like on y'all's Instagram page and things of that nature. So like people are constantly losing weight and gaining muscle, all the great things you want to do in CrossFit, right? So um or just in general life in general, maybe for general health. But I just want to ask, how can people like reach you, like who maybe want to talk to you or maybe want to do this or do that, try this, whatever. How can I reach out to you?
Yeah, so there's different channels. Instagram is the main social media channel that we have at 806 Wellness. You can also reach me out by email. It's sary@806wellness.com. You can also, we'll attach the link to schedule a free no snack intro with me to talk about goals and tell you about the program. So there's different ways. Super easy to reach out to us.
That's awesome. I feel like there's like I said, I'm a big social media person. Like that's my background. So I'm constantly like when I always check different ways, that was my major. I was a communications major. So I'd always find that fascinating, like that social media, I guess, in a good way if always channeling people in. But speaking of social media and reaching out to people, you like I said, you're an athlete. I think you're a very great athlete for the world of CrossFit and everything like that. Kind of have to be, right, if you're the director of nutrition, right? So you posted on Instagram this morning. I saw a picture of it right here, but you saw a picture of like a really great looking breakfast. I mean, what'd you have for breakfast today?
I love breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day. I don't know about you, but I wake up super hungry every morning.
Yeah.
So I try to make breakfast the biggest meal of my day because that's where my day starts. And then I go to the gym and then I have to go work. So I have to make sure that I'm fueled. My breakfast usually consists of half of my plate has fruits and vegetables. I eat 2 eggs with some sort of vegetables like mushrooms or spinach. And then I have my protein pancake in a cup. It's super easy. I just make the mix in the cup and then throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes with chocolate chips, and it's delicious. So I look forward to breakfast every single day.
That sounds really good. I mean, that sounds really good. I mean, I'm a big pancake person too. Like I'm a big protein pancake person. So usually that's what how I am in the morning too. I wake up, I have my cup of coffee. I usually am drinking one right now, um, but then make my pancakes usually in the morning, listen to music, jam it out. Usually that's how I start my day normally. Um,
Love it.
so it sounds like you got like a routine. Like, is there more to your daily routine? If so, like, what does your daily routine look like?
Yeah, so I do wake up and first thing I do is drink water. Our body's been in bed for a few hours and it's dehydrated, it's hungry, stiff. So and then I also I play a little bit of worship music to kind of like start my day thankful, in that vibe. And then get my breakfast ready, get dressed, and then read 10 pages a day, and then head to the gym or work depending on what's going on that day. But I'm a morning. Um, I'm not a early bird, so I wake
Right.
up around 7. And then start my day from there, and then go to the office around noon or so, and then stay with clients or coaching a CrossFit class. Just depends on what's going on that day. Workout, and then get ready for dinner, take a shower, and then get ready for the next day, kind of thing.
Oh wow, that sounds like a really good, really cool routine. I mean, um, I'm trying to be more of a morning person to myself because like I've been a night owl for like most of my life. So I feel like I've been trying to
Yeah.
get more into since I've been working out, getting more of a routine like myself and going to sleep and then waking up. Okay, I need to be more of a morning person, you know. But slowly but surely, I need to. As long as I have my coffee and water, I think I'll be good. But in the
You'll be
morning,
good
but
to go.
yeah,
It's
most
hard.
definitely.
It's hard to change it.
Yeah, for sure. I usually have a like last night. I had a cup of bean dream. So I had a cup of that and I woke up this morning, I'm like, okay, it's ready to go kind of thing. I got Saudi on the podcast this morning. Um, so I was ready to go. So it all starts with sleep and waking up in the morning, I think for sure. But, um, you know, we're going to talk about working out here in a little bit, but, you know, what is like with 806 and I'm trying to ask this question. How can I word it right? I'm sorry.
You're
Um,
good.
I just want to ask, like, what is 806 Wellness, and like, how do you help people, like, as far as their nutrition and their journey and things of that nature? Like, how do you like? Can you answer that? Like, what is 806 originally, and how do you help people?
Yeah. So at 806 Wellness, we want to help people live life to the fullest. That is our goal. And we do that through nutrition coaching, helping them building healthy habits. And it's not following a diet. It's not something that is super strict. It's something that they can be doing now and 20 years down the road. And also something that they can share with their family. And so every person that comes in, we see them as a uniquely made person. So what I work with, or what we do with one person is not going to be the same as another person because we're all different, right? And some things
Yeah.
work for some people and some things don't work for other people. So we have to like go on a treasure hunt to find what works for that person based on their routine, their family, their habits, the things they love, things they don't like, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it's a very different program compared to other nutrition coaches because we value the person of you know, for who that person is. Does that make sense?
Yo, that makes perfect sense. That's really a great answer. I mean, like you said, I agree. Like
Mhm.
everybody's not the same. It's not really cookie cutter style. It's everybody's has their own different, you know,
Yeah.
way of going
It's
about.
super easy. It's super easy to, you come in here, okay, you weigh this much, you're this old, you're a female or a male. Okay, this is the amount of food you need. Let me make you a menu. It's so easy to do that, but it's not gonna work in the long term. And that's why the majority of diets fail because it's things that are not sustainable. And then we do small changes at a time. We don't overwhelm people with a lot of things different in their day. One of my questions at the end of our sessions is how confident do you feel of achieving this? And I'm expecting a 90%. If there's not a 90% answer, okay, let's go back and what do we need to do to make it a
Yeah,
90%, right? They have
for
to
sure.
be very confident that they're going to achieve it. Otherwise, we'll change things up for them to start up with confidence, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a really great, like, obviously, the great way of doing things and looking about it because you said people are so like different. Like working, like even working out, it's different. Like, Lois, nutrition is one thing, but like you said, working out and nutrition together, they're two different things. Like, I could be really good at like doing something with a barbell, and someone's really good at
Mhm.
cardio doing burpees. I'm like, the same thing. I think
Exactly.
if something transitions to nutrition, I think also the same way. It's like I might be like I can go with Chipotle with someone like they might eat more vegetable stuff. I'm like, oh, I rather eat more chicken, you know. But I think
Yeah.
that's just how it is, you know. But I think it's obviously a great way of looking at that, and helping people in that journey. I always found that fascinating. Because like you said,
Mhm.
everybody's different. Like it's having that confidence level, like you said about losing all that weight. So I think that's really fascinating.
Thank you.
Yeah, so kind of talking about working out and nutrition,
Mhm.
I kind of want to transition into like a little bit more into working out with nutrition, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
so I just want to get like, I just want to ask like, when did you first get into CrossFit as a whole? Because you and I work out at 806 CrossFit. No, shout out to
Yeah.
everybody there. Shout out to everybody there, Kyle and everybody there, amazing people there at CrossFit 806. But
Love.
how'd you get when did you first get into CrossFit and how'd you discover it?
I'm pretty old at CrossFit actually. I've been doing it since I was 23, so that's almost 8 years.
Oh
So
wow,
I'm
that's pretty
pretty old
cool.
at it. Actually, I started in Mexico. One of my sister's friends got me into it, and I absolutely love it. I remember the very first workout I did was a death by burpees. Do you know
Oh
how
yeah.
death by works?
Yeah, that was my very first workout, my CrossFit workout too. So it's fun. That's cool that we sort of like.
Oh,
I hated it. I hate burpees as a whole. That's why.
me too. But I love the community, everybody cheering each other, everybody competing with each other, and it was like a whole different thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think everybody has that shared experience of just, like I love that community too. That's one thing I really like about CrossFit. Is like you go into a gym, it's like you have that set like camaraderie of people cheering you on, which I really love about our gym too. It's like it feels like with our like I don't know about any other gyms, but like with our gym, it feels like I've experienced for me personally. It's like oh, people do are behind you. They want to do great, and just have fun
Yeah.
in the process. But
Yes.
I think at the same time, it's like you said, death by burpees. I've done that workout a couple of times, and I still despise burpees to this day because of that workout.
Oh yeah. That
So
probably never changed.
I don't know. It's burpees, the bike, and running, or
Yeah.
my biggest three nemesis ever in CrossFit. But obviously, but I was trying to ask like what is one idea like when it comes to CrossFit, like what is one idea that most people like get wrong about CrossFit nutrition, do you believe?
Hmm. I think people picture themselves getting hurt a lot
Mhm,
in CrossFit, or that they're going to get super bulky and muscular. This is more for females, right?
mm,
And really getting injured at CrossFit 06, we have great coaches, like
mm.
the best coaches, and you just listen to them.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
don't listen to them, that's your own risk. But we have really good coaching, and we have really good ideas for modificating, and we have a lot of equipment to do so as well. So just listen to your coach. As far as getting bulky and very muscular, that is really hard. Okay, I've been doing this for almost 8 years. I eat super healthy, and I don't look near as jacked as I would like to. So it's a really hard thing to do. As far as nutrition goes, kind of a little bit what we were talking earlier, people think that they need to starve themselves to lose weight, and that is absolutely wrong. I have clients that we reach a point where we might hit a little plateau, and then I tell them, okay, let's eat a little bit more, and they
Yeah.
go, what, you want me to eat more? I'm going to gain weight. And they start losing weight. It's
Yeah.
about filling your body with the things that it needs, and enough of that. So this wrong idea of starve yourself, just eat chicken and rice and broccoli, plain food. It's absolutely wrong.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm just learning that journey right now. It feels like, putting that right stuff in you, right? I mean, make sure you're doing the right thing. Like what's too
Mhm.
little, what's too much, is just finding that perfect balance, I think, for me. I think everybody, like you said, you kind of touched on it earlier, like cookie cutter type mentality
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like you said, like that journey right now, it's like when I first started CrossFit with CrossFit 06 back in May, and like, okay, I'm just gonna come into the gym, like slowly get my feet wet, working out, and then like, I'm gonna eventually work my way into that. That's how my whole process was mentally. But now it's like, okay, I need to like start eating this. I need to start eating this, more of this, less of that.
Yeah,
All that
exactly.
fun stuff, all that fun jazz. But yeah, so I was gonna ask like, how is
Mhm.
like for you, like how have you changed through your overall CrossFit nutrition journey for you personally?
Well, I've changed a lot. So I don't know if you know, but I have a chemical engineering degree.
Oh
So
wow.
I was very into school. I loved school. Nutrition and exercise were not at all a priority when I was back in college. So now that when I started doing CrossFit, I got super, super into it. And then with CrossFit, I realized that, I'm working out 6 days a week, 1 hour a day, but I really don't see a lot of changes in my body. So then I started
Mhm.
researching on nutrition, and then I got certified as a nutrition coach. And then I figured it out. Like, okay, I see that nutrition is
Mhm.
it goes to the cellular level of our body. So fueling our body the right way. So I changed like 360. I grew up in a Mexican family, rice and beans tortillas,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now I eat vegetables. Most of the plate is vegetables. I eat fruits. It's very different. So that changed for me. Another thing is my confidence. Like, I used to be very fearful of certain things. I'm very clumsy. I'm still a little clumsy, but it's getting better. I'm way stronger. I feel more confident about moving furniture around my house or carrying groceries or, stuff like that. Also make me feel more like I belong somewhere. Like, I know if I miss the gym for a while, people are going to be like, "Hey, where are you? What's going on with you?" Or, they're going to reach out. It's helped me to be more empathetic, understanding different situations, lifestyle. It's important to help my clients better. um, and I feel like my listening skills have improved as well. I realized that I used to talk about myself a lot, and now I'm the one doing the questions most than others. So lots of changes. I feel like I'm so different compared to 8 years ago when I started doing CrossFit and getting into nutrition.
Oh wow, that's really amazing. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, I'm like, I think that's really awesome to hear that. I'm sorry, that's so cool. Just listening to all that. I mean, like, I come from I'm half Hispanic myself, so like I haven't like I can
Yeah,
relate. So eating like you said, rice, beans, and all that, that's like
so
almost every
hard.
other night. So like hearing that, it's like okay, maybe not eat a tortilla, then I maybe eat less of it. So it's like having that transition, I think is really cool. That part really stuck out to me. So um you said just finding the right like there's everything about that story was really awesome. So so thank you. So like you said, finding confidence, I think has really been a big factor too. I think with me, even like for myself too in CrossFit, because it feels
Yep.
like you're meeting these people like you want the best for themselves, but also want the best for you also. So
Mhm.
it's like having that community and confidence behind you. I think it's really cool too, you know?
So amazing.
Yes, for sure. So I think like even like I've been noticing stuff around my house too. It's like going to go pick something up. It's like okay, I'll just like bend over. Like now it's like okay, I'm doing something like okay, I'm really I guess incorporating this in my everyday life. I'm not really noticing, kind of thing. So it's little stuff like
Yeah.
that I've been noticing too. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Just doing that. Little stuff that I guess around the house. I'm like I've been really noticing. I'm like that's pretty cool.
Love that. Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
like right now I'm so mindful of, okay, I gotta keep my chest up, I gotta keep my back nice and tight, take a breath, pick the box up, and let's go.
Yeah.
It's less likely to get hurt and more likely to be able to help out.
Most definitely. I mean, I'm always been one like that too. It's like, okay, like I back in the day, like I didn't care. Like, okay, I'm just gonna pick this up, whatever, and I don't care how it is. And now it's like you can get injured that way. Like you said, you can get injured, blah blah blah. But now it's like, okay, how can I be more, I guess, attentive or more aware of like going forward, taking the right step forward, going to that stuff, not to get injured, or something like that, or pull something or doing something.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about like for you, who or what has been like your biggest inspiration since starting CrossFit or your fitness journey, I should say.
Hmm. I think the fact that people start seeing results and the fact that people start being more confident, or like just little things like adding 2.5 pounds to the barbell, or doing a little extra, or doing a full pull up,
Mhm.
that just gives me goosebumps. That makes my heart happy, just seeing all the accomplishments and people believing
Yeah,
in themselves and starting to love themselves more. I think that has been very inspiring. Not just like one person in particular, but just, every single scenario, every single person that achieves something, and how excited they feel and how they change their lives by just getting the first pull up. You know what I mean? That
sure.
has been very motivating for me to keep on this fitness and nutrition journey.
That's amazing too to hear that. I mean, I remember like when I got my first like just hearing that, like I see so many of that too. It's like be able to hear people like, oh, I got a new max on or new PR on
Yeah.
this or that. So it's just like so awesome to hear that too. It's like so like amazing to hear that from people too. It's like, oh yeah, I got to new this, new that. I'm like, Hey, yeah, let's keep doing. Let's go. Let's aim for more. Let's aim for heavier. Let's do this. Let's keep getting better.
Yeah. Something that you never thought you could do. And then all of a sudden you do it because you've been working really hard. And there's all these people around you cheering you up, clapping and yelling really loud. And so it's like, it's just those moments make this so worth it, you
For
know?
sure. For sure. I every time I love when that happens too. It's like people are like they see like, okay, you're about to go new, you may be doing like a heavy lift or a new PR. People start cheering you on, like they notice, okay, like it's kind of like a, if I can make a sports reference, like a no hitter in a way. It's like, oh, everybody, like it's like, okay, it's about to happen, it's about to happen. Like you see it
Yeah.
happens, like it's like, oh, that's so cool, like for the people
Yeah.
who aren't in the CrossFit who may not realize it. That's the best analogy I can give. It was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like the most coolest thing ever. Cause like I come from like a wrestling background from high school. So I'm used to that atmosphere where like all eyes are on you kind of thing.
That's
So
so awesome.
yeah, so I'm kind of used to like when people like the other day, like I got like was it a power snatch on something? And
Hmm.
then like, Kyle and a couple other people looked at me. I'm like, I didn't notice. And then they started cheering me on. Like I didn't know halfway through, like, oh, that's cool. Like, so like I'm
Yeah.
not like, so, but there's people out there who like, I don't think like, or who aren't used to that yet. Like, so I'm like, we're here to support you. So I think that's like at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I think that's been pretty cool. I just love that the camaraderie, like I mentioned earlier, just that community that we have behind each other. That's why I really like it at our gym.
It's amazing. And each person feels valued there. Whatever's happening outside of those doors, it's it doesn't matter when you are hitting a PR on snatch or bench press or whatever that is, right? It doesn't matter. Everything just goes away and it's just you and your PR and the community that we have at your gym. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is for sure. Most definitely like it. I was gonna ask too, like,
Mhm.
um, where like, I kind of a nice question, kind of reminded me, like, where would you like to see the overall CrossFit sport and 806 wellness in the future? Like, I guess where would you like to see it go?
I would like to see it as something that doctors prescribe, right?
For
You
sure.
should you should go to CrossFit to get better. You should go get Sady as a nutrition coach
For sure. Most definitely
to
go do
get
that, everybody.
better. You should go with her. I mean, dreaming big here. I want to help 5,000 people. I want to have a team of 10 plus nutrition coaches where we all have the same goal of helping people and giving our all to these people. And I would love, well, this is something that we're actually doing right now, which is helping parents to build healthy habits. And then the kids see it, and then kids grow healthy adults. So they don't struggle as much as we do. And then, humanity is just going to be healthier. So dreaming big here, but I think we're doing it one person at a time.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Like you said, like having doctors prescribe it, like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe getting stronger. Like sometimes it's just working out may help strengthen maybe something,
absolutely.
or just something, just help, anything it can help anything. It's just working out. I've noticed in the short time I've been personally speaking, just in the short time I've been doing this since the last few months, I've been noticing like a little bit of something every single day, better and better. I'm like, I think this should be like you said too when you mentioned like doctors should prescribe this. I'm like, in the
Yeah.
back of my head, I'm like screaming yes, because like this is like I think it should be just like an everyday thing for people. Just like
Mhm.
it doesn't have to be like you don't have to be like the CrossFit Games champ. We're not expecting that. Start out something small, like
Yeah.
let's okay, let's do a little bit of something. Let's jumping jacks, push ups, everything's scalable. Pretty much
Mhm.
everything's scalable. Just something small, and like hey, let's start leading up on from there. And a little bit of everything. Before you know it, you're doing more than you could. A few weeks ago, a few months ago. Just over time, you start to see little differences, and then overall, it's big differences in the end. I believe.
It's amazing. Let me tell you a quick story. So, one of my clients, she is going to get married. So, she just wanted to look beautiful for her wedding. That's basically her overall goal. And the thing is that she went to her doctor, I think it was last year for her checkup, and she had high cholesterol. But our focus was just, looking good for the wedding. And when the doctor told her about that high cholesterol, she was going to prescribe her medication because she told her, "Oh, you are so healthy and fit. It's probably genetic issue, right?" So,
Yeah.
and she refused to take medication, so she didn't. And then she came and worked with me, and she's lost about 13 pounds.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, she's doing amazing. I'm so proud of her. And she went back to her doctor for the checkup, and her cholesterol was back to normal.
That's so
And the
amazing.
doctor was amazed by it. And she asked her, "What are you doing?" Because she thought it was a genetic thing. And it turns out that she's just eating more protein and more fruits and vegetables, and cholesterol, went back to
Mhm.
normal. So I think we are getting to that point where people are more aware about nutrition, and not just the weight loss benefits, but what's behind all that. It's disease, right? It's
Mhm.
energy. So we're getting there to where it's going to be something that is everyone is going to be very mindful of.
Most definitely. I think that's such an amazing story too. I mean, that's such an inspirational story to hear that. I think too, it's like I think most people just like go to the doctor and like, okay, this, that, but I think just simply just working out really and eating or even eating the right stuff is really like a big, big factor. And
Absolutely.
that's an amazing story too. And all it took was like someone going to go to example, like someone going to go to a nutrition place, like going to talk to
Mhm.
someone like Saudi, for example, people listening or watching, it's like doing something amazing like that, just like can lead to something big, just eating, make sure you're doing the right things and doing it right, every little thing I think can end up somewhere great and
Yeah,
amazing in the long run. So,
absolutely.
so I was gonna ask too before, I have a couple more questions before you head on out, Saudi.
Okay.
Just want to ask too, like, how, like, how or like, what's the question I'm trying to ask here? I'm sorry. Like, how do, how can, I had it in my head, but it just went one.
It's okay. It happens to me all the time.
I had it too just a second ago, but I think I have it back. So like, how can like people get started as far as like doing like stuff of that nature, like in this area? Like, how do you think people can get started overall?
With nutrition,
Yes.
yeah, super easy. So we have what we call the free no snack intro, which is we sit down in my office, we drink some coffee, water, and then we talk about where people are at, why they want to get where they want to get to. And then we do their embody scan. It tells us body fat percentage, it tells us muscle mass, water. And so we have a starting point, and then we can give the client like a timeline. Okay, if you want to lose this much weight, it might take this much, right? It's not going to happen in a week. I'm very clear about that. um, and then we talk about our program, what we do. We talk about our amazing success stories. And then, we decide if we're a good fit or not, to work together. But basically, that's the first meeting. Just kind of, I'm a very personable person. I love to meet people. I love to hear their stories and then see we both are a good fit to work together.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool. I mean, the fact that you get to some interaction and
Hmm.
move forward from there, that's I think a cool way to get started in the long run. I think just having that face-to-face interaction, like having a coffee or water, like you mentioned, and just talking about like what's the best fit and moving forward kind of thing, like what's your goals and how we can hit them. That's actually pretty cool, like getting started. I rather personally have it that way than just
Yeah.
jumping right in.
Absolutely. And then sometimes I realize that there's people who are not really ready to start. This is a big commitment to do. So if people are not ready, we can't really work together. They have to be 100% ready and confident that they want this, right? And then same with them. Maybe they didn't really like me. Maybe they feel like we're just not, we didn't vibe right. I don't know. So it's part of, deciding what they want to do.
Most definitely. I think everybody should be able to go check out 806 Wellness for sure. I think that's pretty much I see all the stuff, amazing stuff I do all the time. So I think that's pretty cool. Kind of to wrap this up. Yeah, for sure. So as we kind of near the end, Saudi, I just want to ask you like a couple of fun questions if that's cool with you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Kind of off topic because we've been talking about nutrition and CrossFit and stuff like that, all that fun stuff. So I got a couple questions for it. I kind of find a little off the cuff questions. So
Okay.
I just want to ask. So I'm a big Marvel fan, big superhero fan. I don't know if you maybe also, but um, like overall, so like I'm gonna ask, like, if you had like, what superpower would you want in life if this was a Marvel movie?
I would like to have superhuman strength
Oh,
and flying. I think that would be awesome. Fly anywhere at any time.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would
That's,
be yours?
oh gosh, that's a great question. I didn't even thought about this. I think you said flying was a pretty good one, but that's your superpower. I don't want to any friends on that. So I don't know. I think invisibility sometimes every once in a while,
Oh
just like
yeah.
go into I think just like I don't know. I think that or just I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. He was my superhero growing up. So I think just be able to like climb up stuff too. I think
Yeah.
just like
That's
Spider-Man
so
style, I
cool.
think that'd be pretty cool. Just like, oh man, I don't want to take the stairs today. So you can just climb up something and I don't know. The elevator is broken. I'm like, okay, I can just climb this up the side of the wall. Okay. I can just
So
climb into
cool.
my yeah. So maybe a little bit of that visibility, I guess, so people don't have to see me climb up walls. Cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so I was gonna ask the last question of the day, I guess, podcast. As we know, we're in the we're you and I are CrossFit athletes. Probably used to be more of an athlete than me, honestly. But I was gonna ask, as you know, the CrossFit Games are just around the corner. They're a few weeks, like a few days ahead, I think. So this recording, we're on the
Mhm.
24th, or they're coming up. So I was gonna ask, if you were asked like right now and a team right now, you've been invited to the CrossFit Games and you had like a team, like the freedom to bring anybody from their prime to, like, regardless of their, like, regardless of gender, age, whatever, their prime, who would you be choosing to bring with you to Madison, Wisconsin to the CrossFit Games?
Ooh, that's tough. So if it's already a CrossFit athlete, I would choose Annie Thor's daughter.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love her. She's so funny and so sweet and so strong, amazing woman. If we were talking about a friend or a gym member, I would say my friend Jen because she is very good at the things that I'm not. So I feel like we would complement each other really, really well.
Oh, for sure. That's pretty cool. I mean, sounds like a great team for sure.
That would be awesome.
I think it's always cool to have that one person to help you, like where you're they have me even it out a little bit more, for sure. Like me,
Yeah.
don't even ask me to come when it comes to running or anything like that or cardio. Just
Yeah.
anything cardio related, don't leave me out of the question. I'm not doing it. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. So she's so fast. She has a very amazing body awareness. I don't, like I said earlier, I'm very clumsy, but I'm very good with heavy stuff. And she's very strong too. But we complement each other on those things. So I think we would make the dream team.
for sure. That sounds like a really awesome team. Oh, I think for me, obviously, I think I just for the heck of it, just to see how, like, for my team, I think I had to pick either Matt Fraser, obviously the
So
GOAT, and just to
easy.
see, like, I just want to see how these two guys would work together. I don't know if they would ever work together, but for the sake of I guess for the scenario, the primes, I like to see how Matt Fraser and obviously this guy has come to our gym a couple of times in the past. But Rich Froning, I just want to see how those two together with this and our team would work together. I don't know if they're just two alpha males working together. I'm like, I just want to be able to learn from them. I'm like, I can only see how this works out. But yeah, well, Saudi for sure. Well, Saudi, it's been a fun podcast. Probably one of the best fun ones I've ever had in a
Thank
while for sure.
you.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, is there anything else you like to maybe bring up or you like to mention or talk about before we head on out?
No, not really. I'm just very thankful that I got to hop in here today with
Awesome.
you. Yeah, and if people need help or if you know someone that needs help with nutrition, health, reach out. We're here for you.
Awesome. So thank you. I'm so thankful for coming on too. So, thank you again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Sadi, and thanks to 806 Wellness and CrossFit 806 and everybody listening to this podcast or watching this podcast. Thank you for everything. We all have a great rest of the week or weekend. Sadi, thank you again, and see you, everybody.
Carter. See
Yeah.
ya.
See ya.